So the first stove I want to show you that's in my arsenal of backpacking alcohol or backpacking stoves is this penny stove. You can find many videos on how to make these penny stoves. Basically it's the top and bottom of a beer can or a pop can, and it's compressed together with insulation or cotton on the inside. There's holes drilled around the outside, and there's usually a hole punched right there where you'd fill it, and after you would light it by lighting it, and then when it starts to bloom you'd put the penny over this top and these would bloom out. This one happened to be made by MI Timberwookie, made this for me a while back. The thing with these stoves is, the first thing is they have to be primed. So setting it on like a plate or something and getting a little alcohol on the outside helps prime the stove to get it going. And then also it's going to need some type of pot stand, because you cannot put the pot directly on the stove. You want something where you can elevate your pot a few inches or an inch or so away from the stove. So let's check this one out and see how it burns. Alright guys, here's the penny stove, and like I said, this is one that said you'd have to prime here. You can see the ports kicking in. Woo! Alright. But you got your ports, put your stand in there. I just got a little bit of water in there. But put your stand on there. Give you guys a little bit closer look here. Down in there. Goes. Burning nice and good. The next one is our good old cat food can stove, Super Cat. I'm not sure what they're calling them. This is another one you can find all over the internet, but it's just one of the smaller cat food cans. Of course, if you got a cat, then you're not wasting the food out of it. But basically, as you see how the holes are drilled staggered here, you put your alcohol in here, you light it, you let it prime for, you know, half a minute or so, and this is one where you would actually put your pot right over the top of it, and then that causes these to bloom out and be your stove. We'll see how this one does. Cat food can, pretty much the same way. Don't blow yourself up lighting it. You just want to let it warm up. This one really doesn't start to bloom out or anything like that. I just give it a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes. I just give it a little bit just to warm up, and then you can just test it to see if it's gonna. Yeah, see, it'll do it now. And then that just sits on there with no stand. And show you guys here. Nice bloomed out. This third one happens to be my favorite pack stove. my favorite alcohol stove, and this was made and gifted it to me by Mr. O'Clunker. And basically what it is the old aluminum beer bottles, like the Bud Light and Budweiser bottles. They were shaped as bottles, but they were a harder aluminum than like a can. And the bottom's cut off, and then the top's cut off, and then inverted and compressed into there. And as you can see, there's holes down there, notched, and then your vents on the side here. And what you do with this is, oh, sorry about that. You put the alcohol in here, and this is one that you do not need a pot stand. You just place that right over there, and then your vents will bloom out and boil your water, cook your food. Here is the other alcohol stove, the aluminum bottle that Mr. O'Clunker gave me. And what I found is you want it to heat up. You don't want to light it and then just put your pot on there, because you'll just snuff it out. It's got to get time to warm up and get the gases between the two pieces of metal. And sometimes, not all the time, but once it starts heating up, you'll be able to see these popping up, and then she'll be about ready. And then when you put it over the top there, it goes nice and neat. Like I said, this is one of my favorites right here. Let me take a better, closer look down here. Try to be steady. But as you can see, it's all bloomed out nice and neat. Fits the bottom of that small pot. Lightweight. This fourth one I just built a week or so ago. It's a snuff can, or snuff can, camel. And it's a really small tin. And the idea I got from the My Woodsman. But basically, let's get here where we can focus. Basically, you take insulated wood stove door seal and coil it around and around in there. And then you put your alcohol in here. It's down there. Light it, and then you're going to have some type of stand. You can take the mesh wire and oval it. You can also, part of my wood kit, I'll put over there and use like that. And this is another great little pack stove to make a brew or boil a couple cups of water with. And then what I like about it is it seals right up. Can slip in a pouch. So we'll take a look at how this one burns. Here is the snuff can. This one you do need a stand with. I didn't put that much alcohol in it, but as you can see, I need to find a good pot stand for it. But put your pot on there. Like that. Let's see how it's burning up through there. Put your pot on there, and then I'll show you down below here. It burns nice. lightweight, compact,